President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, and his amiable wife, Dr. Mrs. Claudiana Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, Excellencies, Governors, Kwara, Borno, Ogun, Ekiti, Kogi, and of course the former Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode. My darling wife, Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let me seek your indulgence and rely on the well-established protocol by the MC. On January 13, 2002, the bill establishing the Lagos Metropolitan Transport Authority, LAMATA, was signed into law by, well, there is no prize for guessing who, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who then was the governor of our dear state of Lagos. He then went further to start the process of actualizing that bill using what was then referred to as the Lagos Urban Transport Policy. And finally, by December 2nd, 2003, LAMATA was formally launched and properly populated. I can confidently say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that the commissioning of this impactful and landscape-enhancing transportation project would not have been possible if not for that vision. Mr. President, thank you very much. And due to the beauty of the ingenious Lagos School of Governance, which not only breeds ideas, but also connects people, successive administrations, that of Babatunde Fashola and Akinwumi Ambode, and of course the current governor, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, kept to that template. Hence, on the 24th of January 2023, an historic feat occurred in our state of Lagos as the first phase of the Lagos Blue Line was commissioned. With that singular act, Lagos became the first subnational in Africa, in fact I dare say anywhere in the world, to single-handedly fund such an audacious project on a balance sheet. The commissioning effectively announced to the world the completion of the first phase of the people-oriented project, which has 5 stations at Mile 2, Suru Alaba, Orile Igomu, National Theatre and Marina. It has since commenced commercial operations, moving about 250,000 excited passengers daily. We give God the glory. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, exactly a year after that momentous accomplishment, we are here gathered today to inaugurate the first phase of the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Red Line. This time around, our president, a dearest son of the state of excellence and architect of many of the great initiatives we are pushing and nourishing today, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, takes the center stage of the inaugural rites, and rightfully so. I will get to that in few moments. Today's historic achievement proclaims loudly our administration's commitment to upholding the sanctity of electoral promises, while seeking Lagosian support for our mandate under the banner of our great party, the All Progressive Congress. We pledge a total commitment to overhauling the transport infrastructure of Lagos State. Over 4.5 years later, it is obvious that we are actually walking the talk. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to go down memory lane and recall that the groundbreaking and commencement of civil work for the Red Line was performed by Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, CON, on Thursday, 15th April 2021, right here at Ikeja. Today, 1,050 days after, we are back here in fulfillment of the promise that this administration will complete this iconic project, which has the DNA of our administration from start to finish. When myself and Mr. Governor, some of our colleagues, gentlemen of the press, took a ride on this train last Saturday, I whispered to myself, this is Lagos. I know that I'm not in the Big Apple, and I know I'm not in London. It was sunny, it was humid outside that day, but inside that commodious cabin of this beautiful train, it was cool, it was calm, it was cozy. I know that Lagos is indeed rising. In other words, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, what we are witnessing is a bold testimony to our spirit of enterprise, our never say never spirit. That is the spirit of Lagos. The project represents a monumental feat in infrastructure development, reflecting courage, creativity, determination, focus, meticulous planning, execution, and consistency. Because like I said, it started about 20 years ago when the president was the governor of this state. Based on the first pillar of our administration policy, trust, transportation, and traffic management, our commitment is to develop an efficient and sustainable transportation system that will improve mobility, promote economic growth, and enhance the living conditions of our people. This all-important transportation infrastructure, the Red Line, represents another major step in that direction. Being a progressive and people-oriented government, our transportation strategy is a multimodal one, bringing together the various elements of road, rail, and water, and ensuring that seamlessly integrate. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Red Line runs from Agbado, from our younger brother in Ogun State, to Onyibo, and it is projected to reduce travel time from about 2.5 hours to just 35 minutes. The passenger capacity of the first phase is 500,000 daily. The line will be served by 8 stations. It will reduce the pressure on our roads, especially for the majority of our people moving from Agbado in Ogun State, outskirts of our city, to the mainland and out of city of Lagos Island. Kindly permit me at this juncture to express our profound gratitude to all those who have played key roles in the involvement and realization of this project, people-oriented project. At this point, I will still have to go back to the subject of our dear President, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the man whose vision gave rise to the whole idea of an intermodal transport system in Lagos. Talking about the Red Line without mentioning or making a reference to the groundbreaking contribution of the President is like talking about the beach without the ocean. A visionary leader, Asiwaju Tinubu, while he was the governor of Lagos State, pioneered the idea of intermodal transport system in Lagos. His administration developed the strategic transport master plan, which laid out foundation for a network of robust and modern transport infrastructure befitting a 21st century city. The master plan has 6 rail lines and 1 monorail, 14 bus rapid transit corridors, over 20 water routes, and a number of major new roads. Thanks to Asiwaju's creative leadership, today we are making history with the completion of the first phase of Lagos Red Line. There is no doubt that our president will feel very proud, like a father at the naming ceremony of his newborn baby. He should be very happy. Please clap for Mr. President. Interestingly, Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu and yours sincerely were part of that administration. That again is the beauty of Lagos. As earlier stated, Babatunde Fashola must be mentioned for his doggedness in pursuing the Blue Line. And of course, keeping the template is Mr. Akinwumi Ambode. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as I draw to a close, let me appreciate Lagosians for bearing with us in the face of all the inconveniences thrown up by the implementation of this light rail network. Together, we will attain the greater Lagos of our collective dream. On this note, on behalf of Mr. Governor, I welcome Mr. President back to your home, and I welcome every one of us to this historic occasion. Welcome to Lagos, the center of excellence and citadel of innovative governance. Welcome on board to the Red Line. Thank you very much. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe.